Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, and keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay, to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
The pregame show is brought to you by La Huerta Imports, family owned and operated since 1995. Visit lahuertaimports.com for more details. Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike the FA.
Yes. Boys going after the puck. Gets it away, goes for the shot, takes it, and Curran was stood tall on that
At
one.
5'10" and 154 pounds, Jackson Curran is a hard-working goaltender for the North Bay U16 AAA Trappers. The 2007 birth year netminder is relied upon heavily by his U16 team on a nightly basis.
I would say I'm a smart, confident, calm, controlled goalie. Probably my rebound control or my ability to play pucks. That's what I'd say is the best part of my game.
The North Bay, Ontario product models his game after a Canadian superstar netminder and a North Bay area NHL goalie prospect.
My favorite goalie is Carey Price, but I try to model my game after Ben Goudreau, one of my best friends. Practice a lot with him in the summer. I like his everything he does.
Curran works hard on and off the ice. He has a reputation of training like a professional, simply trying to get better every day.
I want to follow in Ben's footsteps, and I want to be better than Ben one day, so I try to work as hard or harder than him and what he has done.
Skates around the net, tries the wraparound, he can't get past Curran.
I think for Jackson Curran, what you get is consistency. You get consistency in attitude, you get consistency in terms of his performance on the ice. When I work with Jackson, we talk a lot about the economy of motion and the economy of emotion. And we've worked really hard on his skating. He's made a lot of progression in terms of his skating abilities, and that's really showing up in his play.
Curran's longtime goalie coach believes the young North Bay area goalie has come a long way in his ability to catch a puck and track a puck.
That's fundamental to Jackson, but I think one of Jackson's most outstanding characteristics is his personality, his compete level, his coachability, and what he brings to the dressing room. He will never be a liability in any of those areas. His goalie IQ, I think, has gone up considerably in the last year, and there's still lots of room to evolve that, and as that grows, he's even going to become better.
Curran also pays tribute to a teammate on his goalie mask. Noah Dugas passed away from a stroke in November of 2020, and in the summer of 2021, Curran had his friend's picture painted on his goalie mask.
It means a lot to me, personally. One of my best friends and someone I miss greatly, and talk to him every game before I go on. Just hope I have a good game.
Curran is hoping OHL scouts will overlook his team's record in the Great North U18 League and view him as a top goalie prospect for the 2023 OHL priority selection.
I've faced a lot of adversity this year since our team is not as good as it was last year. Faced a lot of challenges, ups and downs along the way, but keep pushing through and play the cards as I will. I'm a hard worker, never give up, and love the game.
This has been a Dostar Video Scouting presentation.
And we hope you enjoyed that presentation. You can see Jackson Curran and some of the other members of Team NOHA, or the hopeful members of Team NOHA, playing tomorrow morning right here on the Average Joe's Frontline Broadcast YouTube channel, as we will be broadcasting the morning game between Team NOHA Red and Team NOHA White, and it will be a pleasure to bring you that game tomorrow. Again, you can tune in right here on the Frontline Broadcast YouTube channel for that. But tonight we've got a big game on hand. It's Matthew Sucrum with you here alongside Andrew White. We are live at the Powassan Sportsplex as the Powassan Voodoos get set to take on the Timmins Rock, and it's two teams that have already qualified for the NOJHL postseason, but it's a big game between these two East Division rivals. Just the third meeting this season between these two teams, but big
big points at stake on either side, Andrew.
Absolutely. There's no question. Both these teams have punched their ticket to the playoffs, so neither one have anything to worry about in that regard. But it's going to be a matter of doing their homework tonight on either side, sizing one another up, as both these teams are obviously going to meet again, not only necessarily in the playoffs, but before the end of the season. Their last game of the season for both teams is up against one another. The Powassan Voodoos currently sitting third in the East, the Timmins Rocks sitting first, and so off we go for an exciting night here at the Powassan Sportsplex.
We'll get to your players to watch, brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. And on the Timmins Rock side, we're looking at Nicholas Pijon, who is having a tremendous season. He is racking up the points like it is nobody's business. 19 for 80 points this year, 19 goals, 61 assists. So quite the playmaker that the Timmins Rock have on their hands. On the other side, we're looking at Liam Service.
Liam Service, out of 45 games played leading up to tonight, he's got 6 goals, 22 assists for 28 points. He's 14 to 16 days on the other side of his, what is the date today? Yes, 16 days on the other side of his 21st birthday. We're going to pause here for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons' command. Captain Brun s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on
And speaking of standing on guard, Liam Service, our player to watch, is one of the newest recruits of the RMC Paladins. He will be joining them next year and continuing his hockey career in the OUA and dedicating some of his life to our country. So congratulations to Liam Service on your commitment to RMC. And we wish you the best of luck, and it's going to be awesome seeing you playing against the Nipissing Lakers next year at Memorial Gardens.
He's all of 5'9", 174 pounds, but when you see the southpaw shoot by with that shock of auburn hair, he's a force to be reckoned with, and it'll be fun to watch him tonight take on the Timmins Rock with his team. It's
a big pre-playoff matchup between the two teams. The puck is dropped and we are underway as Little has it for the Voodoos off the draw, getting it down the ice, but it's shot right back in towards the Voodoo zone. The goaltender Dracula looks to play it out. It gets kicked up to the blue line, and Smetham sends it down the left wing and into the zone. Bounces off the back of the net. Now it's picked up behind the net by the Rock, and Timmins will move it through the zone. That is Pijon going in down the right side. Played it towards the front of the net. A big collision there. Now Nyman with a chance on net. Backhanded shot just goes wide. Puck still in the area. Play behind the Voodoos net. Look to bring it out in front. Now there's a lot of stick checks being made at the far side post. And the officials blow the whistle and blow the play down. A frantic opening 45 seconds here in the Powassan zone.
The last time these two teams met, it was quite the go for the two of them. The last 3 home games for the Powassan Voodoo, as we're returning to play here momentarily. We'll get back to that in a moment as we return to play here.
O'Brien dumps the puck down into the Timmins zone, and they will call interference against the Timmins Rock. So it's an early power play opportunity for the Powassan Voodoos.
In the NOCHL standings right now, the Timmins Rock sit on top with a couple of games in hand, with 37 adding up here to 79 points, followed by the Hearst Lumberjack with 68 and the Powassan Voodoos at 67. All three, of course, have punched their ticket to the playoffs, and so they're doing a little research tonight, no doubt, as they wrap up another game.
The Voodoos' 7th-ranked power play on the ice as the puck is shot right out of the Timmins zone off the draw, and the Timmins Rock have the 2nd overall penalty kill at 86.6%. As they are shorthanded right now. The puck is dumped in, and it's sent all the way down the ice. Coming out of his net is DeRoccolo to play it. Sends it up to Lemke. Down the middle. Lemke over the blue line. Takes a shot. It goes wide. Bounced off the end boards and off the back of the net. The Rock pick it up, and they will clear it. Justin Charette on that dump out. Still over a minute to play on the power play as the Voodoos look to reset. They bring it back into the zone. Stritcheluk hit into the corner. Puck bouncing around along the end boards. The Voodoos get it back. They play it to the line. Liatino has it there at the left side. Up the half boards to Stritcheluk, looking towards the middle of the zone. Plays it towards the goal line. Now back to the blue line to Stritcheluk. Plays it to the left side circle for Gazic. Gazic across to the far side blue line to Stritcheluk. Now into the corner, still controlling it. The Voodoos down the point. Stritcheluk has control again. Walking to the circle. Tried to feed to the slot, but the Rock are able to block it and clear it. Liatino chases it down quickly in the neutral zone, turns it over. Voodoos get it right back, and they bring it back in onside. Here comes Gazic down the left wing. Stops underneath the circle. Plays it up high. Liatino's shot is a bullet that's blocked by Nygaard and sent down the ice by the Rock. DeRoccolo plays it out quickly all the way up to the Timmins blue line where Patrick is able to dump it down. About 30 seconds or about 20 seconds or so remaining on the power play. Shot coming in. That just goes high. On the far side, it's Fullerton. He sends it in. That one's deflected wide. Now Patrick with a chance. He gets blocked. Patrick picks up the puck at the far side boards. Sends it around the end boards. Getting up to it is Ricci as we're back to 5-on-5 play. Ricci sends it to the middle. It's turned over. Now the Rock have a chance to go the other way. Poole drops it back to Ring. The shot coming in wide of the net. It's picked up on the far side by Poole. He feeds it to the point. The shot comes back in towards DeRoccolo. He lets it go wide of the net. Picked up by the Voodoos, and they get it out to the neutral zone. That is Vassos who dumps it down the left wing side. Play behind the net by the Timmins Rock goaltender Brown. He gets it out of the zone to Longhurst. Longhurst turns, gets it down the right wing side for Wells. He gets pushed off the puck by the Voodoos Kelly, and he will send it to the far side boards, but it's Longhurst who keeps it in. Play to the blue line. Timmins still in control. Now a slot, the backhanded shot bouncing wide of the net. Into the far side corner. It's Wells that is chasing it. He is battling over there with Liatino. The puck comes out of that area right towards DeRoccolo, and he holds on to it for a stoppage in play. 16:08 to go in the first period, no score, and the Voodoos, who looked dangerous on that power play, didn't even register a shot.
Daniel DeRoccolo is in the net tonight for the Powassan Voodoos. This impressive young man catches left, and of course, looking at his numbers, out of 20 games played, he's got 13 regulation wins and 4 losses.
It's been an impressive season for DeRoccolo, that's for sure. Taking over as the number 1 guy this season for the Voodoos. Voodoos have control of the puck. It's Fullerton bringing it down the right wing side. He dumps it in towards the Timmins zone, but it's picked up quickly behind the net, and Timmins will clear. Nyman through the middle, takes a shot, that goes high. Into the near side corner, it's Nyman again in control. Twisting, turning, trying to play it to the line. It's Service on the puck, and he sends it out of the zone. Up ahead to Macmillan, driving towards the net. Macmillan in the corner, plays it back behind the net, looking for Service. He leaves it on the boards, gets it to Shields. Shields pushed hard into the boards, loses the puck possession, and out of the zone comes Pigeon. Pigeon with speed, going down the left wing side, lost it going into the zone, and now it's Little who can't get it out. Pigeon steals it back. Little and Pigeon continue to engage on the near side boards, but now the puck is towards the end boards. Off a couple of skates, picked up by the Voodoos, and they will clear it. It's Smetham coming down the left wing side over the blue line, drops it in the corner for Stritchaluk. He tries to play it back in front of the net, that's blocked, and the Timmins Rock will get it up to the line, but they will not clear. Little on the back check is able to push Bissett into the boards, but Bissett comes off that push and gets the puck out of the zone anyway. It's dumped all the way into the Voodoo zone, and they turn it over quickly. Carrying it out of the zone is Stritchaluk. Coming down his left wing side, he plays it off the glass and shoots it towards the end boards. Picked up back there by the Voodoos. They try to center it. That got blocked. Sent around to the far side boards, and it is now controlled by McLean. McLean in the far side corner still, looking to move it along the end boards. McLean gets knocked off the puck. It's knocked away. Picked up by Frederick of the Rock, and he sends it down the ice. 14 minutes to play here in the first period. No score yet. The Voodoos still looking for their first shot of the game, although that really hasn't indicated how well they've played yet to this point. Charette brings the puck into the Voodoo zone. He gets a shot on net. That's stopped by Duracolo. It goes along the end board. Charette is still there for the Rock. He carries it down the near side boards, goes to the circle, and now he'll dump it back in towards the far side corner. That's where Frederick picks it up. He plays it over to Ring. Ring is twisted around. He's trying to get away from Gazic. The puck comes to the middle of the Voodoo zone, and the Voodoos will clear. They'll send it all the way down the ice, and icing will be called against Powassan with 13:25 to play in the first period. No score.
No shot yet for the Powassan Voodoos here. The 17-year-old netminder for the Voodoos have stopped all three shots so far. The game's still 0-0, but like I said, and like you said earlier, Matt, it's the Powassan Voodoos have yet to register a shot here so far with over 7 minutes gone on the clock. Over 6, excuse me.
Powassan get the puck out of the zone. Very quickly, it's in possession of the Timmins player, Nyman. He plays it across to the far side, and now right down the middle. The Rock come into the zone. It's centered. The shot comes in. Save made by Duracolo. Picked up on the near side. That is Pigeon. Holding it. Now he goes in behind the net. He twists and comes back to the near side. Gets it down the point to Nyman. Nyman gets around a defender, then tries to send it to the far side. The pass goes wide of the net. Now it's off the end boards. Picked up on the near side by Powassan, and they clear that one down the ice. Jacob Brown won't even get a chance to touch the puck as Trottier gets to it first. Kyle Trottier holding it behind the net. The Voodoos coming off a win last night over French River, 7-2, right here on home ice. On a lengthy winning streak here in the double digits now. Not the first time they've done that this season, which is impressive. Big play in the near side corner. Ricci gets the puck at the far side blue line. Sends it back behind the net for Thompson. Thompson lets it go in front to Kelly, but Kelly could not get the shot off. Now it goes down to the point, and Vassos will have to bring it out of the zone. Sends it across to Fullerton, and he dumps it in. Brown will play it behind the net, leaves it there for Trottier, and the Timmins Rock will look to get it out of the zone. They dump it down the ice. It's a turnover, and here come the Voodoos now. McMillan stops at the circle, sends it in, scores! Matthew McMillan with a seeing eye shot. It gets just under the pads of Jacob Brown. And the Powassan Voodoos on their first official shot of the game take the lead. It's 1-0.
It's his 12th of the season, and it's only one shot for the Voodoos, but it's the only one that counts so far this contest. The Timmins Rock have had 4 shots, the Voodoos have had 1, and McMillan puts in his 12th of the season. It's 1-0 for the Voodoos.
It has been a fast-paced start to this period. I was about to say not a lot of stoppages so far, but there you go, a goal, and now a goalie saving it in the Voodoos end. 11:28 to play in the first period, 1-0 Powassan Voodoos.
And both of these teams have come flying out of the gates here tonight, as this has been a very exciting contest so far as we're nearing the halfway point.
Powassan win the draw and get it out of the neutral zone. They send it down. Shields coming in, the shot, and the save is made by the goaltender Brown. Shields had a goal in last night's game against the French River Rapids. That was a 7-2 win for the Powassan Voodoos, and Shields second on the team in scoring with 45 points, right behind the captain Alex Little with 46, and Little is just 2 points behind the all-time mark for Powassan Voodoos players for a defenseman scoring in a season. So Little will not be looking to just break the record. He'll be looking to get to the half-century mark before this season is up. Rossetti bringing the puck down the ice. The shot goes in towards DeRoccolo, and he makes the kick save. Puck still alive inside the Powassan zone. It's Timmins in control. They play it to the middle. It's off a stick and then cleared out. Dropping all the way back is, I think, it looked like Nyman there. And it's sent down into the Powassan zone. O'Brien on the far side, half boards. Gazic takes a hard hit. Puck sent back into the zone, offside will be the call. The Gazic taking a hard hit at the end of that play.
This is the last home game for the Powassan Voodoos in the regular season. They take on the Timmins Rock Hearst Lumberjacks. Excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong. They take on the Cubs after this, the Crunch, the Lumberjacks, and then it's back to the Timmins Rock. All of those games on the road for the Powassan Voodoos.
That one sent towards Dan DeRoccolo, and he'll make another save. 10:16 to play in the first period. 1-0 is the score for the Powassan Voodoos.
Now, here's the question for you, Matt. If both of these teams have already punched their ticket to the playoffs, if you're the Powassan Voodoos, are you doing your homework on the league leaders, or are you still climbing the point board, or is it a little bit of both?
Well, I think because of the way the playoffs are structured this year, where nobody gets a bye, I think you're doing your homework and you're trying to climb the board a little bit. And I'll tell you why in just a second. Here's a shot towards the net. That one gets knocked away. And now Thompson sends it whistling towards the Voodoo's bench. Check that, the Timmins bench. And it goes out of play. So with 9:52 to go, I believe we are going to take our mid-period break, or maybe not. Are the officials? Yeah, we're going to go to our mid-period break, and we'll be right back.
This period is brought to you by Canada Alumni Perks. Get information on special events and news, or access the Alumni Job Portal. Visit canadacollege.ca/perks for more information.
Halfway through the first period, Courtney Kenny is down at ice level tonight. Courtney, what are you seeing from just beside the Powassan Voodoo's bench tonight? They've got a 1-0 lead. Looks like we can't get the signal, so we'll try to get Courtney in. All right, so having some technical difficulties there for folks. We tried to enhance the broadcast a little bit, but then got caught with some technical difficulties. So it's a 1-0 lead for the Powassan Voodoos halfway through the first period here. And here's my thought on the playoffs.
Yeah.
There's no bye.
Yeah.
So 1 has to play 4 in the division, 2 has to play 3, you get the home ice if you're the second seed. So I think if you're the Powassan Voodoos, you want to finish as the number 2 seed. You can't catch the Timmins Rock, but you certainly can continue to climb the standings and do what you can to put the heat on the Hearst Lumberjacks.
They're going to try and fell a tree or two before the end of the season.
That's it. They're yeah, they're just 1 point back of Hearst going into tonight's contest. And the Hearst Lumberjacks currently have a 1-0 lead over the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners about halfway through the first period in Hearst. So we'll keep an eye on that as the night goes on. A shot towards DeRoccolo. He makes the save. Bissett trips up and falls over Dan DeRoccolo there and have the stoppage in play. Let's see if we can, sorry, Andrew, let's see if we can get Courtney now. Courtney, are you there? What are you seeing down at ice level?
I'm here, guys, and you know what? It's lots of back-and-forth action so far. Powassan not able to convert on that power play early in the game, but since then it's been a little bit back and forth, even though the shot clock might not say so. And the Voodoos, of course, with a gorgeous goal from McMillan to start things off. But this isn't the typical Timmins-Powassan game yet. There hasn't been so many chirps that I'm used to from years past being down between the benches.
All right, thanks for that, Courtney. Great insight from down there as play continues here. 9 minutes to go. It's a 1-0 lead for the Voodoos. They dump the puck in, and it's frozen by Jacob Brown. So, yes, just 2 shots on net for the Voodoos. One of them have gone in, but Jacob Brown isn't someone that's going to rest on not having a typically busy period, is he?
Absolutely not. Out of 18 games played before tonight's contest, he's got 14 wins under his belt with only 1 regulation loss.
Timmins win the draw in their own zone, and they dump it down the ice. Puck inside the Voodoos' end. It's Longhurst in the corner. He sends it around to the far side, but that's O'Brien who picks it up for the Voodoos, and he clears it. And now they're saying it must have hit the netting just as it was coming outside the zone, and so they'll blow the play down there. 8:43 to go in the first period. 1-0. Powassan continue to lead.
Both of these teams are riding quite an impressive win streak. The Powassan Voodoos, their last 3 were 5-4 up against Espanola. 7-1, they gave a pasting to Kirkland Lake, and a 6-4 win over the Espanola Paper Kings. The Timmins Rock, let me put it to you this way. The last time they lost a game, January 8th, 2-0 up against the Lumberjacks. And since then, they've been riding a win streak since January 8th. It's an impressive club this year.
Shot off the side of DeRoccolo. The puck comes out of the zone, and O'Brien goes the other way. Down the right wing side. Tries to play it to the middle. That gets knocked off his skate, and the Rock are able to clear it to the neutral zone. It's picked up by Gazic. He drops it back to Little. Little will start forward now. Sends it down the ice. Delayed offside against O'Brien, so he'll retreat and can't play the puck. That allows Timmins to get the puck into the neutral zone. Poke check made by Lemke to force that one back towards the Timmins end. Timmins regains the puck, and it's up to Bissett. And now it's down to the right side to Rossetti. He gets over the blue line, finds Pigeon, drops it back to Ring. Ring clears some space and rings it off the post. But then the recovery is made by DeRoccolo to keep that one out of the back of the net. And now the puck is cleared out to the neutral zone. It's picked up on the near side by Ricci. He sends it up to Thompson. Thompson dumps it down. It's around the boards to the far side and now cleared out of the zone again. Fullerton's shot comes in towards Brown, and he leaves it in front of his net. Nyman, it gets it around the far side and clears the zone for Timmins. Immediately turned over as the Voodoos dump it right back in. Brown leaves it again behind his net, and Timmins tries to clear. This time they get stopped in the zone. The forecheck coming in here for the Powassan Voodoos is a good one. It's stopped on the right side boards. Now it's up to the middle. Back down to the blue line, but it's out of the reach of Strichaluk. Strichaluk in the neutral zone tries to bat it forward again. It gets up to his own blue line, and now he'll just skate forward with it. 7 minutes to go as Strichaluk comes into the zone in this 1-0 Voodoos lead. He tries to play back to the blue line. That did not work, and Timmins are able to clear the zone. But they lose the puck coming up to the Voodoos blue line, and the Voodoos will dump it out. Wells has it for Timmins. He sends it out to the neutral zone. The Voodoos regain possession. It's Smetham coming in. He dumps it down just wide of the net. Now picked up behind the net by Kenyon Nyman. He sends it out to the neutral zone, and it's Wells again. Plays it across to the near side. That's Reinhard. He comes into the right wing, tries to play to the middle. That's turned over. And now Strichaluk looks to go down the ice 2-on-2 the other way. Strichaluk stops at the half boards in the zone. Plays it up high in the corner for Smetham. Smetham is held against the boards in that far side corner, looking to get out of the area. It goes to the middle. The shot comes in towards the net. That is stopped. And away go the Timmins Rock again. It's Wells dumping the puck in. That goes high over the net, but stays in play off the glass. It's Little who picks it up for the Voodoos. He sends it to the near side to Liatino. Liatino fires it cross zone into the Timmins end, and it's where the goal scorer McMillan picks it up, but he can't hold on to it for long, and it's sent out of the zone. Little fires it right back in. It's turned over in front of the net, and McMillan almost had a second one there as he shot the puck towards the net, but it's stopped by Brown. Out to the neutral zone. Grigor coming into the Powassan end. Draws it back, shot in. That one goes wide as well. 5:20 to play in this 1-0 Powassan lead. Another one coming in from Nyman this time. And it's D'Arocolo who makes a save. 5:16 to play. Voodoos hanging on to the 1-0 lead, but that was a great sequence of chances for the home side.
Wow, if you wanted to see a hockey game tonight, the Powassan Sportsplex is the place to be. Both of these teams, other than that interference penalty, both of these teams have kept out of the blocks. It's an exciting game to watch as the Powassan Voodoos lead 1-0. The shots, 11-4 in favor of the guests.
Down the ice, it's Lemke. Center the shot, that just goes high. O'Brien to Lemke again, this one off the mask of the netminder Brown. Up to the line, that's Fullerton. He takes a whack at it. It's blocked off a skate, goes into the far side. O'Brien battling for it, lost the possession, and it comes out to the neutral zone. Picked up here by O'Brien. He comes in over the blue line, drops it back to the left side to Lemke. Lemke going around behind the net, sets it up to O'Brien, who is wide open, but he could not get the shot off. It got caught up in his skates, and that allows Timmins to clear. Out to the neutral zone, and it's Gazic dumping it back in for Powassan. 4.5 to play in the first period. 1-0 Powassan lead. They make a quick change, and that will allow Timmins to get the puck out of the zone. Up over the blue line, and it's Haroon going in. His shot to the middle, blocked by McMillan, and cleared out of the Powassan end. It's kicked back over, and so McLean will pick it up. And he sets it up to Liatino. Back over to the far side for McLean with 4 minutes to play in the period. McLean turns it over. The Timmins Rock with possession behind the net. Pijon, now he finds Haroon, sends it to the point to Nyman. He walks down to the right side, sets it up, wide open, the shot coming in, save made by D'Arocolo. And that was almost a costly turnover by the Voodoos.
We've got quite a game here going on. You mentioned Cameron Lemke before. Right from Callender, Ontario, this young man has had an impressive season for himself. 8 goals, 10 assists for 18 points in this club so far this year.
Callender just down the street from Powassan. So lots of friends and family able to make it over here to see Lemke play.
And they've got a Burger King now, so
that's it.
Just saying.
And depending on who you ask, they also have a casino, but that's neither here or there. Play underway as it goes to the far side. Smetham battling for it. In behind the net. Picked up by the Timmins Rock. They try to clear it. It's blocked by Strichaluk, so they'll play it back in behind the net. And it's held back there by Trottier. Gets it up to Nyman. Back to Trottier. And they get it over the blue line, but immediately it comes out of the zone. Timmins trying to get back in. They turn it over. Now Service plays it ahead to McMillan. McMillan coming in, sends it in, and it just goes wide of the net. Picked up on the far side. Another shot comes in. That's wide as well. Bissett has it on the near side boards, and he will clear it down the ice. Poke check made, and it's Patrick who ends up with the puck. The Voodoos forward coming in down the left wing side. Sends it on the backhand towards the side of the net, and now it ends up behind the net. Play along the end boards. Chipped around to the near side. Ricci has it pinching in. Ricci gets it knocked away from his stick. But the battle continues on the near side. Frederick has it. He gets it out to the neutral zone, and it's Ring going the other way. Ring can't beat the two defenders as the puck will roll towards DeRoccolo, and he holds on to it for the stoppage and play. 2:14 to play in the first period. 1-0 Powassan lead.
The top shooter for the Powassan Voodoos still remains Tucker Shields with 23 goals for this young man and 22 assists for 45 points. Brady Haran for, sorry if I'm saying that name wrong, for the Timmins Rock, 48 games played, 38 goals, 35 assists.
Yeah, that's quite the season that Brady Haroon is having for the Timmins Rock. They are the top 2 point scorers in the league. That's Brady Haroon. Brady Haroon and Nicholas Pigeon, who are the top 2 scorers in the league. Pigeon over 80 points. Haroon at 73. There's a shot coming in. Save made and cleared out to the line. Nyman to the left side. Sends it in along the end boards. Ring picks it up with 1:30 to play. Sends it to the middle of Nyman. Bouncing puck off some skates. Leotino had it for a second behind the net. Poked away from his stick. Tim is still trying to get control of it, but it's cleared by Gazic. Gazic, 2-on-1 the other way. Leotino on the left side. The shot goes high. The goaltender Brown may have got a touch on that puck at the very top of his stick, and now the other way go the Rock, and they get stopped on their 2-on-1. Penalty coming up as Poole is knocked down. It will be tripping called against the Voodoos, and with 1:02 to play, the Timmins Rock with their best opportunity to even the score in this contest.
And now the Powassan Voodoos have their work cut out for them for the next 62 seconds. They've got to figure out a way to get this puck out of their zone and keep it out of their zone as long as possible, as it is a 5-on-4 situation. Timmins looking to put their first behind the goal line.
Timmins tied with Hearst with the best power play in the league at 25.8%. The puck gets cleared immediately off the draw. Pigeon tracks it down, comes down the right wing side, gets shoved hard into the boards by Service, but he gets up and maintains possession. Pigeon to the far side. Off the end boards, now it's Frederick with it. Sets it up to Haroon. Haroon to the middle, back down low. Frederick's right there, but he can't beat DeRoccolo on that play. Now he gets tackled behind the net by Fullerton. Check that little back there. And it's knocked off a stick and sent down the ice. 20 seconds to go in the period. 1-0 Powassan lead with another 1:15 remaining on the power play. So one last rush up the ice to try and beat the clock in the period for the Rock. And it's Pigeon bringing it in, driving. Tries to send it to the middle, nobody there. Kept in the zone with 4 seconds to go. The shot save made, and the rebound is turned aside by Lemke. And it's saved by the bell at the end of the first period as the Powassan Voodoos do everything they can to hang on, down by a man in the dying moments of that period.
And the fans are on their feet here. They like what they see from their hometown Powassan Voodoos. And, of course, Daniel DeRoccolo standing tall between the pipes for his team. He's still going to have to work out 58 seconds when we return in the second period.
Hoping to have a special guest when we return. And so we'll take a quick break. We'll get to our sponsors, and we'll thank you for joining us. And like I said, we'll have a special guest when we return. So hang tight. Powassan up 1-0 over Timmins here at the Sportsplex.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road. Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sucrum, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
And just getting things rearranged here, but joined by a special guest here, Dan McCourt, the longtime NHL referee, Sudbury Sports Hall of Famer as well. Dan, it's a pleasure to have you here on the broadcast. Great to have you. Let's talk about what you're doing with the NOJHL these days. I know Robert Mazuka is a good friend of yours, and he's called you up. What is it that Mr. Mazuka wants you to do to help out the NOJHL?
Yeah, we started about 12, 13 years ago when I met Rob, and he asked me if during the lockout with the NHL if there was anything I could do to help with the officials. And I said yes, but when the NHL starts back to work, I got to go back to work. And 13 years later, I'm still here helping them.
Right.
And you know what? It's not so much about finding mistakes in what the officials are doing. It's giving them some support and giving them some ideas that we have in the NHL that we get through our boss from here in North Bay, Stephen Wacom. And we pass on to our officials there, and I like to use some of that information and pass it on to our officials here, hopefully to help them make the right calls at the right time. And whether it's a good call or whether it's a decision that they don't make a call, it's all part of the game.
And it's all about seeing that pipeline, right? Those guys that were in the NHL today were at one point officiating games just like this one here at the Powassan Sportsplex.
Absolutely. We all had to start somewhere, and we were all hockey players growing up. We wanted to be NHL hockey players, and when that dream ended, especially for myself, when I had a younger brother who was first pick overall with the Detroit Red Wings, and my mother's brother was captain of the Maple Leafs the last 4 times they won the Cup, how could I get to the NHL? And I thought there was coaching and there was refereeing, and I thought I'd try officiating first because you can coach when you're 50, and I did it for a year and a half in Sudbury. I went down to the IHL for a year. That summer, the WHA folded. The NHL took Edmonton, Winnipeg, Hartford, and Quebec, brought 6 WHA officials over, hired 10 new ones, and I was one of the 10 new ones that got hired.
And it's an interesting time to be an official in the NHL when there is so much turnover happening and the league is expanding. Obviously, they need more officials at that time. But then, over the last couple of years, they have gone through more expansion. So what's it like when you were in that position, knowing that, hey, there's going to be more jobs available? Obviously, the last couple of years, with the Las Vegas Golden Knights coming in and Seattle Kraken, that's only 2 teams, but that means there are a couple more games every night, right?
That's right. That's a minimum of 8 more officials.
That's right.
That have to be hired. 4 officials per team every time we bring a new team on. And lots of times for Steven, it's hiring 9 or 10 guys when you're bringing 2 new teams on because we got to allow for injury.
That's
that
right.
happens during the season, or sickness, or something with family that Steven has to let guys go home for a reason. So, yeah, if there's 2 teams, it's probably about 10 officials that they're hiring.
So that is a good amount of jobs, certainly that open up at the top level. So
we're looking at officials at all different levels and trying to help them move up to the next level, because they've all found out, as the hockey players who have come to our combine in Buffalo and tried officiating, a first-year NHL referee starts at $215,000.
There you go. Not a bad living.
We hire you by the time you're 30, and we expect you to work for us until you're at least 50.
Yeah.
So it can be a pretty good career. All your pension and health benefits and everything all taken care of by the NHL.
And like you said, you had some big family shoes to fill with George Armstrong being in your family, and your brother Dale McCord obviously playing for quite some time in the NHL. So when you're seeing that and you're seeing those other opportunities open up, what was it about officiating when you first started doing it? Did you think, yeah, this is something that I could see as a career for myself?
You never have that much confidence in yourself when you're doing games. But I know when I was at home in Sudbury, I got to work the highest level that was available in Northern Ontario. I got to do playoffs against the Timmins North Stars and the team from Sudbury in senior hockey or intermediate hockey, I think it was at the time. And then I went to the IHL for 1 year, and I worked 4 out of 7 games in the finals in the only year that I was there. So
wow.
Progress came very fast for me, and being at the right place at the right time. I think we tell officials that all the time. So some that get hired and some that don't get hired. You know what? When opportunity meets chance, you hope you're at that crossroad when Stephen Walkham is looking. And that's all you can do is put yourself in the best position.
Absolutely. You are a Sudbury Sports Hall of Fame inductee. Tell me what it's like when you get a call from your hometown to know that, Sudbury is a great sports town, to know that your name is among some of the all-time greats to be in that hall.
You said it. I don't have to. The all-time greats that are in there, and to be from the Sudbury area. We're from Falconbridge originally. Dale
right.
And I live in Skeed now out by the Sudbury Airport. But to be included in something that my brother and my uncle have long been a part of, and I wanted to be a part of that, and how could I be it? Because I found out very quickly that I wasn't going to be as a hockey player.
Right. So just we got just a couple minutes just before I let you go here. Want to ask you about some of the changes over the years that take place, especially up at the higher levels in the NHL when it comes to officiating. So now we have the camera angles that you can use. You can challenge offsides. You can challenge some of the goal calls that happen. What are some of the things that you think have made the game better overall? What are some of the things that you think maybe they should be looking at to try to maybe improve down the line?
We definitely have made an improvement in the National Hockey League by allowing the smaller player to play because he was more talented.
Absolutely.
We had a time where we went through, and it started in the 70s with the Broad Street Bullies, and we went through a time where teams were trying to intimidate more than trying to play hockey, and they had players that their jobs were just that.
Just the enforcer, right?
We're intimidator or the enforcer, and we've now, and they could eliminate somebody. Mm-hmm. We were allowed to hook and hold back in the day. If you watch old hockey games from when I started in the 70s, it's like, oh my God. Every one of them calls would have been a penalty in today's game.
No kidding.
But the smaller, more talented hockey player, the way these kids skate now, the way they handle the puck, their hand-eye coordination is beyond. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. If you get the opportunity, ever had the opportunity to stand down by the glass in an NHL game and watch how fast that game is and how quick and how talented these young players are in today's game. It's so much more interesting to watch. We have less stoppages of play.
Yep.
Teams have to fit their commercials in because the stoppages of play are they're not there anymore. We'll go 2 and 3 and 4 minutes without a whistle lots of times.
Right.
Where in the old days we used to be able to hold the puck against the boards with our feet and we get a whistle blown.
And then you know it's time for a break.
That's right. And we ended up with 3-hour hockey games back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
That's it.
It took so long to play hockey, and now we're seeing 210, 220
right.
most of the time.
Yeah,
maybe with overtime and shootout a little longer.
I know a lot of people do appreciate that quick pace of play. It is certainly a much more fun game to watch when you could add that skill to it. But speaking of advertisers, we got to take a break to get to some of our sponsors. Dan, thank you so much for joining me. This has been a pleasure. Thanks again.
Thank you. Yeah.
Dan McCourt.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay, to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And welcome back to the Powassan Sportsplex. Andrew White here alongside Matt Sucrum. The Powassan Voodoos leading this contest so far. One goal to none. And Matt, the streak ends tonight for someone. The Voodoos are on a 10-game winning streak. The Rock are coming in on an 11-game winning streak. And by the way this game goes, someone's going away with a win and someone's going away with a loss.
Let's do it. 55 seconds remaining on that power play, as Andrew just told you. And that's, I mean, if you're the Timmins Rock, a good opportunity to get one on the board early. If you're the Powassan Voodoos, you just want to keep holding on, as they were really hemmed in their own zone towards the end of that period. Voodoos try to move the puck out of their zone. Whipped around to the near side. Nyman has it to the line. Pijon back to the right side. One-time shot from Maroon, and that one gets blocked by Duracolo. Chipped along the far side boards. Back into the corner. That's Frederick there. Couple of guys being held. The puck goes down to the point now. Nyman to Pijon down the left wing. Pijon gets tied up with Service. The puck goes to the end boards. Pijon works it back to the point to Nyman. Skating to the middle, takes a shot. It's stopped in the slot, and the Voodoos clear it out over the glass. But we're going to see if it's going to be coming out of the zone or not. I don't think they got it out of the zone, Andrew. I think that one went out of play still inside the zone.
It skipped off the very, very top of the glass and up into the netting, and of course the netting is wound up so tight. There's unfortunately no souvenirs thus far tonight for those in the stands, but we'll see. It looks like they are going back into the Powassan defensive zone here.
So the penalty is over, 18:57 to go. The good job by the Voodoos to kill that one off, but right off the draw they got a chance in front of the net. Save made, rebound chance, and that one steered away as well as the Timmins Rock are all over Durakalo here in the early going of the second period. The Voodoos find the puck. They get it out to the neutral zone, and it's sent towards the Timmins end. It's Ring who finds it in his own zone, plays it back behind the net, and it's sent forward again by the Rock. McLean pulls down Poole. And yes, he is going to be sent to the box for that one. Not sure if you're going to call the hold or maybe interference, but
either way,
no, it's going to be a trip.
Either way, the Voodoos are in the sin bin for 2 minutes, and the fans do not like it. As the Powassan Voodoos are once again going to have to kill off 2 minutes here as the Timmins Rock are looking to return a goal, as it is still a 1-0 contest in favor of the Voodoos here in Powassan.
The Voodoos have the 6th ranked power play penalty kill in the league at 83%. As we said, the Timmins Rock tied coming into the game with the number 1 power play in the league. That tie is with Hurst. There's a shot coming in. That's stopped. Poole picks it up under the right side circle. Plays it to the corner, now to the middle. Back down low. Chance right in on net, and it's turned away. And the Voodoos will clear it down the ice. A big cheer came up from the Timmins Rock section here in the crowd as they thought that one was in for sure, but Durakalo denying them of a goal there. Now it's Wells back the other way. Up to Rossetti. He gets stopped on the boards. And then the puck is shot up over the glass and out of play again. 17:39 remaining in the second period. It's a 1-0 Powassan lead, and they still have not had a shot in this period as they basically played the opening 2:21 in their own zone.
Daniel Durakalo still the hero for the Voodoos at this point, standing tall between the pipes from Woodbridge, Ontario. The 17-year-old has 13 wins and 4 losses coming into tonight.
There's a chance at the side of the net. That one's turned away and sent down the ice again. Second power play of the game for the Timmins Rock. It's sent out of the Rock zone. Back towards the Voodoos end, and now they dump it all the way back down into the Rock zone with 45 seconds remaining on the power play. The Rock bring it out. It's Pigeon over the blue line towards the net. The shot, it's gloved down by Durakalo. 17 minutes to play. 1-0 Powassan lead.
The Timmins Rock continue to dominate in regards to the shots by the numbers so far. This contest in total 21-6 in favor of the Timmins Rock. And of course, they have yet to score, but 21-6 is quite the gap.
Pigeon off the draw to Nyman at the line. There's a shot on net, save made, and they can't bury the rebound either. It gets cleared by the Voodoos. Service is putting on the Jets. He is going down the ice, trying to get to that puck before the goaltender Brown clears it away. It's out to the neutral zone. It's sent back in, and now Timmins break out. It's Pigeon over the blue line. It gets caught in his skates, and it comes back out to the neutral zone. Bissett now comes in onside. Sends it towards the front of the net. Durakalo with another save. And right now, the Timmins game plan has gone from trying to drive to the net to just put everything on him from the perimeter now to see if he'll give up a rebound, but Durakalo has been steady in that regard as well.
Absolutely. Our player to watch tonight has been impressive at both sides of the rink. Liam Service from Westmeath, Ontario. 6 goals, 22 assists coming into tonight. If I was a betting man, 98% sure I didn't say that correctly. But either way, he's the player to watch for tonight.
Andrew White's 10th grade geography teacher was not impressed right now. There's a shot set towards DeRoccolo. He kicks it into the corner.
She was a nice lady, though.
I'm just going to say I'm glad you're doing the profiles and not me.
Mrs. Smith.
There's a shot in.
Mrs. Smith.
It's
North
like
York,
the most generic CBC drama geography teacher name I've ever heard.
Well, she was a nice lady.
15:48 to go in the second period. 1-0 Powassan lead. We're back to 5-on-5 again. They have killed off consecutive penalties now. Now they're just trying to say, let's just play the puck outside of our zone a little bit here. Powassan win the draw, but they played it back to the end boards, and that allows Timmins to gain possession behind the net. They center it, but it's bouncing past everybody's stick. Gets up to the line, but they can't clear. Pijon down the right wing side, driving towards the front of the net. That one's stopped by DeRoccolo again. It's picked up on the far side by Smetham, and he will get it out to the neutral zone to O'Brien. O'Brien dumps it down, but it's going to be icing called against the Voodoos, and another offensive zone face-off coming up for the Timmins Rock.
The Timmins Rock are trying every trick they can, every offensive play they can, and keep getting spoiled once, after twice, after 3 times here by the Powassan Voodoos. We'll see what they can do here, if anything at all.
Puck comes out of the zone. And a play in the neutral zone as the fans angry, wanting a call. Not going to get it there. 5 minutes gone in the period. Voodoos up 1-0. The Voodoos dump it down. It's off the blocker of the goaltender Brown and out of play with 14:53 remaining in the period.
Like I said earlier, Matt, both these teams are on a winning streak, quite an impressive winning streak at that. The Voodoos coming in with 10 games in the win column for them. The Rock 11. The last 3 for the Timmins Rock. 2 are in Kirkland Lake, 6-0 and 5-1. And then before that, the Hearst Lumberjacks sitting in second in the Eastern Division, a 3-2 win for them there.
Face off inside the Timmins zone. The Voodoos won it, but they split their own D. And that is Ricci chasing it all the way back. Ricci sends it across to the near side. And now down the ice. And that will not be icing. The Voodoos trying to get control. The puck behind the net. Trache gloves it down for the Rock and gets it cleared out to the neutral zone as Reinhardt dumps it into the Powassan end. Down towards the end boards is picked up in the corner by Reinhardt. He sends it to the point. Trache across to the right side, walking to the middle, back to the near side. It's Service who picks it up for the Voodoos, and they get it up to the line and cleared. Patrick just could not get control of the puck. It was behind his back, and so it's picked up by Nyman, and the Rock go the other way. Over the blue line, they fan on the shot. Puck bouncing around in front of the net, now into the far side corner. Picked up there by the Rock. They send it to the point. Shot comes in, just wide past the glove at DeRoccolo, and then he'll smother it off the end boards for a stoppage in play. The Voodoos missing 2 bigger name players in the lineup tonight. Caden Long is out, and Ty Risman out as well. Both players end up being hurt in the game against the French River Rapids, and it looks like they will miss a little bit of time. Actually, Risman could miss a couple of weeks from what I'm hearing, while Caden Long, it could just be another weekend or so before he gets back into game action, but it would be better if Long could get in sooner, because with 8 goals and 17 assists for 25 points, Caden Long is a big part of this offense for the Powassan Voodoos. And Ty Risman has made great strides on the back end. The North Bay Battalion 3rd round draft pick, Risman, has had to deal with a couple of injuries this season, hurting his development somewhat. Puck out to the neutral zone. That's sent in towards the Timmins end. O'Brien chasing as it goes in the corner. He's knocked away from the puck, but the Rock can't clear as the Voodoos had another chance at it, but O'Brien turns it over. Now Pichon goes the other way, dangles around a defender, but then gets pushed back to the outside as Wilkie does a great job not allowing Pichon to get down that middle lane. Puck now behind the net in the Powassan zone. It's Pichon again in control of the puck. He carries it towards the line. Now he sends it to the middle. Knocked away from that area. Now Pettit picks it up on the far side. He sends it back towards the front of the net. Centers for Pichon and he scores! The league's leading scorer adds to that total. Pichon with the goal.
It was only a matter of time before the Timmins Rock broke through. It was one after another, heavy traffic in front of the net. A wrist shot from the far side of broadcast. On the other side of Dyraclo, we have a 1-1 game. 12:35 left in the second period.
Check that. It looks like it's going to go to Jan Bissett as he led the charge back to the bench. Jan Bissett will wait for the official announcement. If it is his goal, that'll be his 20th of the season. Turnover in the neutral zone. Here come the Voodoos. Wilkie down the middle. Tried to get the pass back, but it's just past his stick. The Voodoos still without an official shot in this period. 1-1 the score with 12:15 to play. Haroon has the puck in the neutral zone. Up ahead to Pichon. Pichon driving down the left wing side. Sends it wide of the net. Nyman picks it up at the line. Sends it towards Dyraclo. He makes a save. So it is Jan Bissett's goal. His 20th of the year. Back down into the Rock zone. In the middle of the zone, the puck is taken away by Timmins. And it's Nyman dumping it down the ice. Play back behind the net. Fullerton there for the Voodoos. Sends it to the far side for Little. His pass comes out of the zone, but it's picked off by the Rock. Now they're trying to regain possession on the far side. They get it, and they dump it down the ice. Timmins gets control of it in their own zone. Out to the neutral zone. Left down by Grigor, but played by the Voodoos. Coming back through the neutral zone, down the left wing. Thompson on it, into the corner, whips it around the boards. Puck is picked up on the near side by the Rock, and they clear. Now it is Ricci on the far side. He dumps it back down the ice, but that will be icing called with 10:53 to play in the second period. 1-1 the score.
And of course that goal for the Timmins Rock did go to Jan Bissett in the end. His out of 31 games played, that's number 16 for him. As the Timmins Rock have tied up this contest 1-1. The shots still very much in favor of the Voodoos, or the Timmins Rock, that is 28-6.
Back into the neutral zone. The Rock dump it down the ice, and now they've got players in the zone. The centering pass is stopped, and then the rebound is denied as well as Dyraclo is on his back. He gets back up, he recovers, but Timmins have control of the puck again. They send it towards the front of the net. That one's turned aside, and now it's cleared by the Voodoos. Desperate times in front of Dyraclo on that exchange. Here comes Timmins again. Pull with the shot. That gets blocked. Diving down to make that play was Liatino, and now it's Service the other way for the Voodoos. He goes into the corner. Service working back down the boards. Back up high to McLean. McLean's shot comes in. Save made. Rebound chance at the side. That's denied. And now the Rock are able to clear it out of the crease area. It's Wells going down the other way for the Rock. He gets pushed hard in the boards. And that will be a call coming up. Holding against Powassan. And this will be the third time this period that Powassan will be shorthanded. One carried over from the first period. So second time that they've been penalized.
It'll be a matter of can they do it 3 times in a row. The second one right before this one they were able to kill off. Now they've got 2 minutes on the board once again to work with. as they've got a 5-on-4 situation to deal with.
1-1 the score, 9:47 to play. The puck is dropped back to Pijon. Slides it across to Haroon. Back to the line. Shot comes in, just deflected high. Picked up by Pijon on this side. It's down to the point to Nyman. Back to Pijon. Into the slot for Haroon. Check that Bissett, but he can't get the shot off. Now it's Haroon on the right side. Into the far side corner to Frederick. Frederick gets pushed in that corner. Now there's a big scramble. Everyone looking for the puck. It comes down the boards. Kept in the zone. Bissett back towards the front of the net. Back to Frederick. Now to Haroon on the right side. To the point. Now back across to the left side to Pijon. Sends it to the point to Nyman. His shot comes in. That is blocked by Bissett and kicked to the far side boards. It's back up to the line to Haroon. The shot comes in. That one's high. Pijon picks up the ricocheted puck at the blue line. Works to the middle. Pijon walking in. Tries to slide it towards Bissett, but it's behind his back and picked up by the Voodoos, but they can't clear. Now the play on the near side boards. Everyone chipping away at it, and Frederick gets it back for the Rock. He sends it to the point to Pijon. To the middle, Nyman. Nyman takes a shot. That one stopped, and now the Voodoos clear. 8:30 to play in the second period with 45 seconds remaining on this third power play of the game for the Timmins Rock. It's a 1-1 score as Haroon brings it back over the blue line. He is pressured at the boards. The puck is shot up over the glass and out of play.
It's an intense few minutes there for the Powassan Voodooos as all eyes are trained to the left of broadcast as the Powassan Voodooos going from left to right had to hang on to their defensive zone here for, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, battling one scrum after another for the puck, finally clearing it before it comes back to the defensive zone for the Voodooos.
Poole off the draw, takes a shot, save made, rebound chances denied as well, and Powassan clears. 20 seconds remaining in the Timmins power play. 8 minutes to go in the second period. It's Timmins bringing the puck back down for one last rush on the man advantage. They enter the zone. They go behind the net. A wraparound chance is right on the blue paint and denied. Turned aside, sent down the ice, and that will effectively end the penalty kill as the Voodoos get out of that one with the score still tied. 1-1, and once again we go back into the Voodoo zone. Charette on the near side boards in the corner. It's knocked away off the stick there as Liam Service for the Voodoos gets it out to the neutral zone. Corralled quickly by the Timmins Rock. Rossetti gets it forward for Charette. Knocked away from his stick, and Service for the Voodoos again plays it to the far side. It's Patrick there. He drops it back in the corner, and Leontino almost turns it over. He gets it back to Patrick, and Patrick will skate all the way down the ice with it. He enters the zone, flips it over the glass and out of play. And that's a souvenir for GM Chris Dawson. We'll take a break, and then Courtney will give us his thoughts from down below. It's 1-1 halfway through the second period.
This period is brought to you by Canada Alumni Perks. Get information on special events and news or access the Alumni Job Portal. Visit canadacollege.ca/perks for more information.
And we've got Courtney on the line once again from between the benches. And Courtney, the Timmins Rock have really dominated this period, but they probably have to be baffled as to why this game is still tied.
Yeah, we have a goaltending clinic down in the one end here so far. Dan Broccolo standing on his net for the Powassan Voodooos, and that's kind of the narrative that he's brought to this team all season long. And I mean, if you look at the ice in the Rock's defensive zone, there's still some clean areas on the ice, so the Voodoos have yet to really get much action down there. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen some clean areas on the ice, with 7 minutes left in the period. So it's a little wild here with the shots being 33-8 between the two teams. But I know I talked about rivalry stuff before with these two teams. This season hasn't really been able to give them a chance to bubble that rivalry, and it's been actually pretty quiet down here between the two benches.
Thanks, Courtney. Yeah, just the third game of the season between these two teams. And they are 1-1 against each other. There's a shot on net, stop made by DeRoccolo, and the Voodoos get it out of the zone. Stritchaluk up ahead to Smetham as they enter the Timmins end. Play on the end boards. The Voodoos get the shot towards the net, and it's kicked away by the goaltender Brown. Now back along the end boards. Powassan player pulled down behind the net. No call coming there. Little in the neutral zone. Can't play the puck forward. And the Rock enter the zone, looking to try and take the lead. And they're going to call a hand pass at the line. Well, Andrew, what do you think? There's about 250 unofficial officials in the crowd right here that certainly want to call.
I was going to say, I don't think it matters what I think if you can hear the opinions expressed from the gallery here tonight. Of course, the Powassan Voodoos have had 3 penalties tonight in comparison to 1 from the Rock. McLaren taking 2 of those penalties, 1 a minor for holding and 1 a minor for tripping. And I think the fans here tonight would like to see the penalty board evened up a bit. Yes, the views and opinions expressed by the Powassan fans do not reflect those of the Frontline broadcast. There's our disclaimer, right? They are passionate, though. You got to give them that. It was hard to find parking tonight. Yeah. Pass in over the blue line into the Voodoo zone. Bissett can't hold on to the puck, and it comes back out to the neutral zone. Dumped right back in, but it's a delayed offside against Timmins, so the Voodoos get a little bit of breathing room as they hold the puck behind the net. 5:40 to play. 1-1 the score. The Voodoos open the scoring in the first, and it's been the Rock tying it here in the second. Turnover. Here comes Pijon towards the front of the net. He got it to the stick of Bissett, but he couldn't get the shot off. Great tie up on the back check by the Voodoos defense. And now Haroon brings it out in front. There's a shot and a save made by Duracolo. The Timmins Rock just all over the offensive zone in this period. Another turnover at the Rock blue line. Here they come again. Down the ice, the shot, and it's right into the breadbasket of the goaltender, Duracolo. And he really has been a rock between the pipes for the Voodoos tonight. He bodies this puck. It comes in straight at him, and he's able to grab it quick and hang on to it. It is going to go, of course, to the far side of broadcast for a face-off here. But Duracolo stopping 7 out of 8 shots tonight. The shots on the clock, shots on the board rather, 35-8 in favor of the Rock. Shot comes in off a body and bounces towards the far side corner. As Smetham looks to clear it, he has room down his far side boards, and he gets it to the neutral zone. But the Voodoos turn it back over, and they come right back in. There's a shot towards the front of the net. That one gets stopped. Charette picks it up off the half boards, plays it in to Frederick behind the net. He tries to center it, and that one is turned aside. And the Voodoos get it out and down the ice. And as the Rock touch the puck, a penalty will be called, slashing against Timmins' Nolan Ring. And he will be sent to the box. It will be the first power play of the game for the Voodoos since the first period here. Correction, Daniel Duracolo has stopped 34 out of 35 shots for tonight, and now it's an opportunity for the offense to go to work as the Powassan Voodoos have a 5-on-4 up against the Timmins Rock. Puck sent down the ice, right off the draw as Timmins is able to clear. So the Voodoos pick it back up and they send it in. Off the boards to the middle of the zone. That one's knocked away and sent back down the ice. Little in control with it in front of the Voodoos net. Brings it out to the neutral zone. Finds O'Brien, who sends it to the far side corner. Played out of that corner by Lemke. Up to the blue line to Liatino. In behind the net. Now it's O'Brien. O'Brien in the corner. Plays it down to the point to Wilkie. Across the far side, that is Little. He takes a shot, and Brown has control of the puck. And a lot of pushing and shoving going on right after the whistle there. About a minute 30 remaining on the Powassan power play.
3:43 remaining in the period, 1-1 the score.
Alex Little having himself quite the season for the Powassan Voodooos as well. And of course, he's coming in from Minden, Ontario, this young man, has 42 games played, 13 goals, 33 assists for 46 points.
On the half boards, that's Strichaluk into the corner. Smetham down low to Strichaluk. Back in front, they score! Ryan Patrick with the goal on the power play for Powassan. And they regain the lead. It's 2-1.
It's his 16th of the season. Of course, he came in with a hat trick just the other night. Now he's on the board again. This young man, very impressive. 16 goals for the club so far this year. 15 adding, we're going to tack on 15 assists for 30 points.
And just like the first period, it's not the quantity, it's the quality. It's the quality for the Powassan Voodooos tonight. Just their 10th shot of the game and their 4th of the period. And it gets by the goaltender, Jacob Brown, who is one of the top goaltenders in the league coming into tonight's game. 1.49 goals against average, which leads the NOJHL. And the guy backing him up tonight, Patrick Boivin, second in the league with 1.73. So really, for anybody that plays the Timmins Rock in the postseason this year, it's pick your poison on who you see starting between the pipes for the Timmins Rock. Jacob Brown has played in 18 games. Patrick Boivin has started 30. But that is arguably the best tandem in the NOJHL. And really not arguably, statistically it is the best tandem in the NOJHL.
And let's hope he can outplay the numbers.
They have a goal differential coming into this game of plus 131. So not only can they score, they also aren't letting anybody score against them this season.
Well, now we'll see what the Powassan Voodooos have to say about that. Ryan Patrick, like I said a couple of seconds ago, his 16th of the season. He netted his first career NOJHL hat trick in Friday's 7-2 pasting of the Rapids. And as the Powassan Voodooos are going to try and hang on to a 2-1 lead in this game. And of course, they're going to see if they can capitalize on that. The Rock, well, now they got a little work to do to see if they can even things up.
2:10 to go in the second period. 2-1 lead for the Powassan Voodooos. McLean with the puck coming down the right wing side. Going into the near side corner. Hard hit there was McLean getting knocked down. He gets back up. He shoves Pigeon, but the puck comes out of the zone. Haroon into the zone. Centers it. The shot scores. Chase Longhurst rips it from the slot. The Voodoos giveth, and the Rock taketh away. It's 2-2 in the second period.
It's a snipe from coming in almost straight on the goal, just on the far side of broadcast. It's his first goal for the Timmins Rock. He's had 7 assists so far for just 7 points. But Chase Longhurst, like I said, coming in from Oshawa, Ontario, it's his first NOJHL goal with the Timmins Rock.
And this is where I'm going to be a little bit critical here. The play there by McLean to go after the player and not play the puck and come back on the back check comes back to haunt him. And on this ice surface, you aren't forgiven very often when you make a mistake against a speedy team like that.
And a speedy team with the numbers to back it up as well, like you were saying earlier.
So Brady Haroon adds another point to his tremendous season. DeRoccolo is taken down in net by one of the Rock players. As the puck goes back the other way, there's a big collision in the slot, and there's no call coming there. The Rock are just bowling over Voodoo's players up and down the ice. And now Shareb with the shot from the slot, and that one just goes wide. That is the 36th assist of the season for Brady Haroon on that goal by Longhurst. Under a minute to play now in the second period. Back and forth we go in this contest. Timmins brings the puck forward. Up to Wells. It's off the skate of Wells, and it's Poole who picks it up behind the Voodoos net. Comes out in front. There's traffic there, but they can't get it past Durocolo. Wells sets it up to the circle. That one is blocked as well. Lemke gets it out. Trying to pass it to O'Brien. That got blocked, and now Timmins goes back the other way. Into the attacking zone. They play it behind the net, but little is there for the Voodoos. He tries to play it down the near side boards. It comes back out in front of the net for Wilkie, and Wilkie will pass it off to Patrick. Gets it up to the neutral zone, and a couple of guys colliding at the blue line, and that allows Timmins to bring it back the other way. They turn it over at the line. Coming down the right wing side is Little, driving towards the front of the net. Behind the play, there's a player down in the Powassan zone. And as time runs out, the Timmins faithful don't understand why the play never got blown down with that player hurt on the back end. That was a wild sequence to end that period, and it ends with these two teams tied at 2-2.
Neither any of the officials seem to be calling a lot of penalties tonight. Between the Timmins Rock that have picked up 2 penalties and the Powassan Voodoos that have picked up 3, I think in a matter of opinion with those in the stands tonight, there should have been a lot more. This young man for the Timmins Rock back up on his feet. He's able to make it to the dressing room under his own power. We'll see if he returns in the third period, but thankfully he appears to be at least okay for now as we wrap up the second period.
2-2 the score. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. You're watching the Average Joe's Game Day broadcast right here on the Frontline Broadcast YouTube channel. Stay tuned.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay, to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike the FA.
And welcome back to the Sportsplex in Powassan. We are right back where we started in this contest. It's 2-2 for the Powassan Voodoos and the Timmins Rock tonight. So essentially, we're starting right back where we I guess left off at the second period, but also right back at the beginning of the game with no one having the lead after two very entertaining periods. Shots in favor of the Timmins Rock, 37-10. Matt, your thoughts on the first two periods of this game?
Yeah, both teams have certainly had their chances. The Powassan Voodoos, percentage-wise, making the better of theirs, but I think if you're head coach Peter Goulet, you want to see them shorten up the chances on the attacking end from the Timmins Rock. Let's get to our players to watch tonight and review how they have done. On the Powassan side, we selected Liam Service. He has not found himself on the score sheet yet tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Looking at that again, yeah, he's been held off the score sheet, but there's been a couple of shifts where I thought that he has played extremely well and has tried to help the offensive pressure going for the Powassan Voodoos. And on the other side, looking at Nicholas Pijon, he has found himself on the score sheet tonight with 1 assist, putting him at 81 points on the year with 62 assists on the season. And we thank Mike the Financial Advisor for being our Players to Watch sponsor this season on the Frontline broadcast. Play underway, 2-2 the score. 20 minutes remain in this contest in regulation time. The puck is behind the net, inside the Timmins zone. The Voodoos putting the pressure on. The puck squirts away up to the blue line, and the Rock are able to get it out of the zone. Down the left wing side, it's Haroon, centering to Bassett. The backhanded shot denied. Puck ends up behind the net. The Voodoos trying to find control of it, and they finally do, and it's brought out by Smetham. He sends it off the half boards and into the Timmins zone. Stritchaluk chasing it into the area. Now it's back behind the net, and it is the Timmins Rock Rossetti who takes possession back there. Gives it up to Nyman. Nyman looking down his right wing, and he will skate out of the zone with it. 18:50 to play as it's turned over in the neutral zone and dumped back in by Powassan. Picked up in front of the net by Rossetti. He holds onto it in the Timmins zone. Rossetti looking down his left wing, finds Frederick. Skating all the way into the Powassan end. He gets stopped at the blue line, and the Voodoos will send it back the other way, right towards the goaltender Brown, who gloves it down. Plays back behind the net. Now it's the Rock bringing it forward. Down the right wing, pass down to the left side, getting onto the stick of Ring, but it's knocked away from him, and it comes up to the line. The Rock keep it alive. Rossetti's pass to the middle, goes behind the back of Ring. He finds it on boards, but then it's poked away from his stick and sent down the ice. 18 minutes to play in the third. 2-2 the score. Lowe plays it back to Reinard, and he sends it down the ice. The Voodoos play it out quickly. It's Kelly through the neutral zone with speed. Kelly sends it on net, and it's gloved down by Brown. With 17:47 to play, his 9th save of the game on the 11th shot by Powassan. 2-2 the score.
It's a quick flash of the leather. Look what I found, Mom, right in the glove for Brown. And of course, he keeps the score clock where it is. If you've been hanging around Powassan for a while, this is a familiar face on the Rock bench. Rock coach and GM Braden Perry played for the Voodoos, head coach back in the late 2000s with the Kingston Voyageurs.
In behind the net. In the Rock zone, they bring it forward down the ice to Pijon. He gets by the defense, sends it on net, they score! It's Pijon to Haroon, and who else would it be? It's 3-2 Timmins.
The Powassan Voodoos, they're trying their best to keep it out of the offensive zone for the Timmins Rock, and of course playing defense all the way back into their own zone. It's a quick slide right across the front of the net, and we've got a 3-2 game in favor of the Timmins Rock.
The Timmins Rock take their first lead, second lead of the night. They were ahead 2-1 before the Voodoos tied that in the second period. And as the standings show, yes, the Timmins Rock are at the top. But as a road team, there's a shot on net and they score again. And I was going to say, as a road team, they have been dominant. 23-2-1 on the road with 43 points. And the Timmins Rock are now ahead 4-2. And we haven't even played 3 minutes in the third period.
The third period is quickly unraveling for the Powassan Voodoos. They've got to get their head back in this game, and they've got to get it back in the game quickly here. As like you said, not even 3 minutes have drained on the clock, and it's a 4-2 game as the Timmins Rock are leading the Powassan Voodoos now chasing.
The Voodoos are the second best home team in the NOJHL this season, right behind the Sudbury Cubs. Tied in points. Both teams have 38 points when they play at home. And now the Voodoos back on their heels a little bit as they trail 4-2. The Rock play to the line. That's Trache who's backing up to get in the neutral zone. Nyman down the right wing side for Grigor. He plays it across to the far side. There's a collision as Gazic runs into, I believe that was Frederick over there. But both players appear to be okay. And now the Voodoos trying to maintain possession inside the Rock zone. They can't. And it comes out down the ice, down the left wing side. Played to the front of the net. The shot is stopped by DeRoccolo. Charette sends it back in. The Voodoos force the turnover, and they come out of the zone with it. It's Little down the left wing side, looking to play it off the end boards. Brown is on top of it. Now it comes loose on the collision, and there was a hard hit behind the net. Wow, I'm surprised the officials let that one go.
It was a hard hit from Little right behind the back of the net and right in front of the official. No puck in sight, and off they go without a call.
And now the Powassan Voodoos will be penalized. Interference will be the call, and the Voodoos, who are down by 2, boarding will be the call. And the Voodoos, who are down by 2, are now going to be down by a man for 2.
And this is exactly what the hometown crowd is hooting and hollering about, as you can hear not only here in the arena, but also through our microphones and broadcast, as they don't like the call one bit. And the Powassan Voodoos have 2 minutes to work with on the clock here.
Service, and one of the Rock players goes down behind the net. Looked like Kenyon Nyman there. Back out to the neutral zone, and now it's stolen by Wilkie. Wilkie brings it in, but it's turned over quickly, and it's Nyman sending it down to Haroon. Haroon, who's got the game-winning goal on his stick right now. He sends it to the point. There's a shot save made, rebound chance, and they bury another one. It's Frederick this time on the power play goal, and the Timmins Rock are starting to run away with this game. It's 5-2.
It's 16 on the number board for Frederick. That's 16 goals for him. 29 assists for 44 points before that goal goes in. And like you said, it's now a 5-2 game. And the Powassan Voodoos, who have been holding their own up until this point, now have to find 3 goals in order to get ahead back to where they were, or at least tie up this contest here, as both teams are heading to their benches for a timeout. The Powassan Voodoos calling a timeout.
Powassan had killed off the first 3 penalties that they were served with over the course of this game, but weren't able to do it there. The Voodoos themselves have a power play goal. The Voodoos had a 1-0 lead when Matthew McMillan scored at 8:23. Jan Bissett tied the game at 7:25 of the second period. Ryan Patrick regained the lead for the Voodoos at 16:39 of the second period to make it 2-1. And then Chase Longhurst scored his first of the season at 18:09 to end the second period 2-2. Tenzin Nyman had the first of 3 goals in the third period here for the Timmins Rock. And now it's the Voodoos who are looking to answer back. The Rock have control of the puck inside their own zone. They turn it over at the blue line. Lemke coming in on the left wing, plays it to the middle. O'Brien's shot is blocked. O'Brien gets it back behind the net. Now he gets taken down behind the net. And the puck comes out of the zone, and there's a penalty coming up against the Voodoos on that play. Sent down the ice into the Voodoo zone. They will touch it. And holding will be the call against the Voodoos.
And the Voodoos are once again going to head to the brig for 2 minutes as the Timmins Rock go 5-on-4. The shots 41-11 in favor of the guests. On the scoreboard, 5-2 in favor of Timmins.
The Powassan Voodoos have taken the 3rd least amount of penalties as a home team this season. And they are certainly, that number's certainly being made up for in this game, isn't it?
Absolutely, and of course, plenty of opinions expressed from those sitting on the sideline tonight with friends and family, no doubt with a popcorn in one hand and a finger pointing at the ice in the other direction. Their Peter Pointer finger, that is.
I was going to say, they should clarify which finger here.
Careful what I say there on broadcast.
Ring with the puck at the point, shot in from Rossetti. That one's just wide. Puck in front of the net for DeRoccolo, and he jumps on it for the stoppage and play. 13:37 to go in the third period. 5-2 the lead for the visiting Timmins Rock. And again, the Powassan Voodoos have been shorthanded just 86 times as a home team this season. And they've killed off penalties at an 81.4% pace here at the Powassan Sportsplex. Face-off won by the Rock. Play to the near side, that's Haroon. Haroon across the blue line, kept in the zone by Pijon. Sends it to Bissett, to the right side, they score again. It's Frederick with his 2nd straight power play goal, and it's a 6-2 lead for the Timmins Rock. And with 13:26 to go, Frederick may have just sealed this game for Timmins.
And it's that game you were talking about earlier in the second period, Matt, in regards to throwing everything on the net. They continue to do it, but the defense can only stand up for so long, as can the netminder. And now we've got a 6-2 hockey game. The Powassan Voodoos need to find 4 in order to tie it up.
And they have scored at a rapid pace in this third period, haven't they? 4 goals in the opening 6:40 of this period to make it 6-2. Two of them on the power play.
And I hate to be that guy, but Timmins Rock showing why they are first, not only with the numbers, but in the standings in the East.
And in the league overall, for that matter.
Yeah.
Here comes Ricci, chasing it down and towards his own zone. Ricci down the right wing side, up to the blue line. Played to Thompson. Thompson skating into the attacking zone. Puts it on net, gets it back, sends it to the point to Little. Cross zone pass across the line. Sets it left side. Thompson was right there, wide open, but he could not pull the trigger on that one. Thompson is hauled down into the corner. He gets the puck back to Little. The shot goes wide behind the net. Now Little gets it back. He's got Thompson there, sending it to Patrick. Patrick is knocked down hard on that check. And the Rock got the puck out. Excuse me, that was Kelly who was knocked down there. And now Vassos knocked down. Little returns a favor on Wells. Wells and Vassos get into it. And the Powassan Voodoos will be penalized. No, they're calling that one against the Timmins Rock for slashing.
It was a back and forth there, and we just weren't sure which direction that penalty was going to go.
When I looked up, the Timmins Rock had the puck, so I thought the Voodoos weren't getting called there. So with 11:56 to play, the Voodoos down 6-2, but they do have a power play goal tonight, and they will certainly need another one now. And they've pulled their netminder here, Andrew. It's a 6-on-4 attack, down 6-2. They need 4 goals. Here's the play on the right side boards. In behind, into the corner. One of the Timmins players doesn't have his stick, so make it a 6-on-3.5. There's a shot coming in. It goes off the side of the net, over the glass, and out of play.
And that stick that you mentioned is in 2 pieces on the ice. They're going to clear that away as they're going to go to the face-off. Here, the net is still empty for the Powassan Voodoos. 6-2 with just over 11 minutes to go in this hockey game.
I love this thinking by Peter Goulet. Hey, we are not done yet. Let's take a chance. Let's try to chip away. 11:27 to go in this period. Puck is cleared, set down the ice. But that is where the danger lies, is that the Timmins Rock can send it all the way down without getting called for icing here, as they are on the penalty kill. Turnover in the neutral zone. Here comes McMillan. McMillan with the shot just wide of the net. At the blue line. Wilkie into the corner for McMillan again. Played it around the boards. It's Little stopping it at the blue line on the left side. Into the corner for McMillan. McMillan's past the line to Wilkie. Is knocked away and it comes out of the zone. And the Timmins bench getting up for that play. McMillan brings it back into the zone. He's got a goal tonight for Powassan. It's sent to the half boards, into the middle, sent across to the left side, and the goaltender is back into the net. There's about 20 seconds or so remaining on the Powassan power play with 10.5 to go in the period. So the experiment doesn't work for Powassan at that point, but they still got some time as they rush into the zone on the 5-on-4. Here comes Smetham. Takes a shot. That's off his skate, and it goes out over the blue line. Cross to the left side. That's Patrick. In over the line to Gazic. Gazic trying to play it to the line to Liatino. He gets it there. Liatino shot. That gets blocked. Liatino gets it back down the right wing. Play to the middle. The puck is poked away and cleared down the ice. We're back to 5-on-5. And Girocolo leaves it at the side of the net for Liatino. He brings it forward to Stricheluk. Stricheluk over the blue line. Sends it on net just wide. Picked up on the near side by Ricci. Ricci sends it to the right side. Shot comes in. They score. It's Stricheluk burying the puck. And the lead is cut in half. It's 6-3.
Chase Stricheluk is fourth of the season for the Powassan Voodoos, and they're able to get one back. Slow crawl back up for the Powassan Voodoos here as this game is now cut in half. 3 for the Powassan Voodoos, 6 for the Timmins Rock.
And that was really one of the first times all night that I've seen Jacob Brown really out of position after making the initial save.
The Powassan Voodoos say they're not going to go down without a fight, and the netminder is out of position, and the Powassan Voodoos say, thank you very much, we'll take that one to go.
Yeah, he was diving at that puck as he came across and just wasn't square to the puck at all. 3 goals on 14 shots for Powassan. 6 goals on 41 shots for the Rock. Here comes Haroon. The shot goes wide of the net. And the Voodoos looking to play it out of the zone. Pigeon on the ice. He's got control. Runs into Gazic, but the puck ends up on the stick of Bissett. Bissett cannot get a shot off, and it goes towards the far side boards. That's where Pigeon picks it up for the Rock, sending it into the corner. It is Haroon there now. He sends it back into the corner, looking for Bissett. Knocked off his stick, and the Voodoos are looking to play it out here. They trail by 3. They've got a long way to go to try to get back up into this game. And it's icing called against Powassan with 8:27 to go.
The Powassan Voodoos are on the road for the rest of the regular season. After this, they take on the Cubs, they take on the Crunch, they take on the Lumberjacks. That's February 20th, 24th, and 25th, before they wind up right back up against yours truly, the Timmins Rock, up in Timmins for their final game of the regular season. That's on the 26th at 3 p.m.
The Hearst Lumberjacks are leading Kirkland Lake 6-0 in the third period, halfway through the third period there. So Hearst are on their way to picking up another 2 points and trying to create some more separation between that 2-3 spot in the East. And it will be the number 2-3 seeds playing each other in that first round. Hearst trying to solidify home ice advantage. A play at the side of the Voodoo's net. One of the Rock players is on the mesh. Now he gets up. That's Ring, and he sends it towards the front of the net, but it's stopped and then cleared out of the zone by the Voodoos. Shrek coming in. Play to the front. That's Ring again. Tries to make a move to get around the goaltender, but a good save made by DeRoccolo to stop him. And now it's McLean coming in. Up towards the front of the net. The shot from Gazic is stopped, but then the rebound was right there, but the Voodoos could not bury that one. You got to give the Voodoos credit. They have kept pace with the Timmins Rock all night long. It became a shooting gallery in the third period to open up the third period. That's made the difference so far tonight for the Timmins Rock. Play continues as it's inside the Rock zone. Down the point, Leotino. In behind the net to Lemke. He centers it! There's a player right there, but they couldn't get a shot off again. Out to the neutral zone. Leotino takes a whack at it. Couple of guys pushing at the boards here. It's sent into the Voodoo zone and cleared down the ice. Lemke looking to catch up to the puck, but the defender, Trache, gets back there just in time to knock him away from the puck. Into the Voodoo zone. Bissett with a chance in front of the net. That one's off a stick up high and into the far side corner. Ricci playing it off the glass. It comes out to the neutral zone. That's where Haroon has it. 6 minutes to go, and the Rock leads 6-3. Puck on the other side. Now comes to the middle. Service runs into his teammate Macmillan, and the puck ends up behind the net. Now Ricci battling for it back behind the net. Haroon gets it away from him. Haroon stops, turns, going towards the front of the net. Had a chance there, but seemed about every Voodoo's player in the area attacked Haroon to get the puck off of him. The Voodoos get control of it in the neutral zone. Kelly over the blue line. He can't hold on to it, and it's cleared by Timmins. Shrek going in. They send it on net. That one's knocked away to the near side. Wells looking to pick it up. Wells to the middle. Wells to the front of the net. Now he goes back up high in the zone. The shot comes in, and DeRoccolo makes the stoppage and play. 5:11 to go, and we will take our mid-period break right here and be back for the rest of the third period.
This period is brought to you by Canada Alumni Perks. Get information on special events and news, or access the Alumni Job Portal. Visit canadacollege.ca/perks for more information.
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
It's a 6-3 lead for the Timmins Rock, and we'll throw downstairs to Courtney Kenny. And Courtney, that was just not the way you want to come out and start the period if you're the Powassan Voodoos.
very much reminded me of the game Thursday between the Battalion and the Erie Otters, Matt, in which the Otters put up a 3-spot just over 3.5 minutes against the Battalion at the end of the second period, whereas Timmins comes out and puts up 4 quickly here in this period. He had to think that Duracolo's magic was going to run out at some point, as he had really kept the Voodoos in it through that second period. And to be honest, at this point, if you're the Powassan Voodoos thinking you're coming into this game and someone tells you you're going to have 3 goals on 15 shots, I think they would take those odds any day of the week. But it just hasn't worked out on their end here in this third period. But they don't think they're out of it yet. They have a few tricks up Peter Goulet's sleeve for sure.
Thanks for that, Courtney. Yeah, 3 goals on 15 shots against one of the best netminders in the NOJHL. You certainly take that. Just have to ignore the other side of the scoreboard on that. That thought category. There's a shot, and it goes off the side of the net towards Duracolo. The Timmins Rock have not taken the foot off the gas pedal all night long. They lead by 3, and they are continuing to just hem the Voodoos inside their own zone with under 5 minutes to play now in the period. And it's taken out of the far side corner. Carried to the near side, sent up high in the zone, across the blue line, to the middle, the shot from Wells. It's stopped by Duracolo, and he holds on to it again.
You talked about home ice advantage a couple of minutes ago with the Hearst Lumberjacks. And the next, speaking of home ice advantage, that's exactly where the Timmins Rock are headed. The next 3 games for them are at the McIntyre Arena. They are taking on the Lumberjacks on the 20th, the Red Wings on the 24th, and then guess what? Back to the Voodoos on the 26th. And that will wrap up the regular season for them.
Puck comes out of the zone. It's sent down the ice into the neutral zone, into the Timmins zone. It's in the middle of the ice, and O'Brien's shot goes wide of the net. Picked up on the boards by Service. He drops it to the line. Sent across to Little. The shot scores! Alex Little, the captain, comes through. It's a 6-4 game with 4:13 to play, and Alex Little is just 1 point away from Voodoo's history.
It's his 13th of the season for this young man from Minden, Ontario, and the Southpaw makes it a 4-6 game in favor of the Powassan, still in favor of the Timmins Rock, but on their way back up, the Powassan Voodoos say they're not going down without a fight.
Play at the line, Leotino falling over, and that allows Timmins to come down the ice on a 2-on-1. Pigeon to the left side, and Bissett could not get the shot off. Now it's back in the top of the zone. Now Haroon trying to go to the circle, knocked away from his stick, and the Voodoos take the puck the other way. Thompson sends it down the left wing side, ricocheted around the boards to the near side. At the line, kept in the zone, the Voodoos coming towards the front of the net. The shot goes off the shoulder of the goaltender Brown and comes down in the neutral zone, picked up by Bissett. He goes the length of the ice and he takes a shot that goes wide in the Voodoo zone. From the blue line, the shot comes towards Duracolo. He gloves it down and plays it back out. 3:22 to play in the third period. The Voodoos have been given life thanks to Little in the third period, and it's Little deep in the zone, puts it on net, bouncing puck in the slot, but the Timmins Rock clear it away. It's Ring down the other way, gets to one-on-one, and on the back check, Little throws a hit and knocks Ring off the puck. And Little went all the way from behind the Timmins zone, the Timmins net, all the way down in front of his own net to block that potential goal from happening. Just after he scored to make it a 2-goal game. You wonder why he's the captain. It's those back-to-back shifts right there from Alex Little. But there's still a little bit more work to do for the Powassan Voodoos here. 2:32 to play. It's a 2-goal game. Powassan bring the puck down the ice. They've got to get those zone entries a little bit cleaner now as time is of the essence. They dump it in. And it's played out. It went off the glass and out, but I don't know if they're going to have the face-off inside the Timmins zone or not.
The Powassan Voodoos are going to put another man on the ice. They are going without their netminder for just a couple of minutes here. We'll see, and by a couple of minutes, I mean 2 minutes and 18 seconds left in regulation time.
Shields to take the draw for Powassan in the offensive zone. Sends it to the near side boards. Down to the line. Leotino has to pinch in to keep the puck alive. Caught up in a lot of skates at the line, and it squirts through. It's Wilkie who finds it in the neutral zone. Plays it across to Leotino. Leotino down the right side. His backhanded shot goes off his teammate Shields, but now Shields picks it up and sends it towards the front of the net. Now comes down on the near side board. Service is there. Can't hold it. A lot of stick checks. It comes to the middle of the zone. There's a chance there, but it's turned aside, and it's cleared down the ice. Little chasing it. Gets control of it in front of his own net. Again, no netminder there for the Powassan Voodoos. They turn it over, and this game is likely over as Haroon sends it into the back of the empty net to regain the 3-goal lead for the Rock. It's 7-4.
Haroon is the top shooter for the Timmins Rock, and what can I say? Sometimes you get the bear, and sometimes the bear gets you. The Timmins Rock will hang on to their win streak after this game, moving it up to 12. The Powassan Voodoos, who have been riding a 10-game win streak, will restart at 1, as we've got 1:35 left to play.
And they will see their 7-game winning streak on home ice come to an end as well. A valiant effort, but hard to overcome the top team in the league when you give them 3 straight goals to start the third period.
It's awful hard to climb back up from a distance that far.
1:05 to play.
Unless, of course, you're playing the Toronto Maple Leafs. Sorry, did I say that out loud, Matt? Don't come at me. I'm a Toronto fan.
Kelly deflects it into the zone. Brown plays it to the near side. 45 seconds to go. And again, we will have our 3 stars of the game presented by Dave's Auto following the conclusion of the game. So stay tuned for that in the La Herda Imports postgame show. In behind the net. Out to the neutral zone and sent down the ice. Little chips it along the far side boards with 15 seconds to go, and they'll just play out the string here in the final moments. So the Timmins Rock are going to get their 2nd victory of the season over the Powassan Voodoos, and the Voodoos will have some work to do to try and reclaim home ice advantage in the postseason. The Timmins Rock take it 7-4.
Macmillan started the party here tonight with the first goal for the Powassan Voodoos, with the assist going to Carson Ritchie. After that, the Timmins Rock struck back in the second period twice. Ryan Patrick returning the call from the Powassan Voodoos. At that point, the Powassan Voodoos had a tie game, and then like Matt said a few minutes ago, it was a shooting gallery early in the third. The Timmins Rock ran away with it with 4 goals before Chase Stricheluk was able to return the call from the Powassan Voodoos, but this one just too far, too much, too high, as the Timmins Rock take this one 7-4.
Yeah, so and their big guys came to play, didn't they? Pijon and Haroon, they were labeled as the difference makers going into this game, and Pijon was all over the ice tonight. He comes away with 4 assists to add to his league-leading 61, so he's up to 65 assists in 49 games played.
And I hate to be that guy, but when the numbers are that high and that impressive, it shows you why the Timmins Rock are exactly where they are, the first place in the Eastern Division here. The Powassan Voodoos are still now going to be chasing Hearst for second spot in that home ice advantage. But like you said, Matt, just a second ago, when the numbers are that high and then the players come to play, well, you have the result that you had. The Powassan Voodoos tonight, valiant effort from all lines, including Daniel Durocolo. Yes, it was a 7-4 finish, but that young man stood on his head for the first 2 periods of this game.
Yeah, he absolutely did. Okay, let's get to your Dave's Auto 3 stars. The third star of the game, I do not see listed. The second star of the game is Brady Haroon, who had a goal and 2 assists, and the first star is Nicholas Pigeon, who had 4 assists.
Tonight's 3 stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
Okay, and to update that, Haroon is the third star of the game, a goal and 2 assists. Yan Bissett, the second star of the game with 2 goals and 1 assist. And Nicholas Pigeon with those 4 assists is the first star of the game. So the Timmins Rock, they came as advertised.
Unfortunately so.
They are the top scoring team in the league. They didn't really live up to the billing of not allowing the other team to score a bunch, as the Powassan Voodoos got 4 goals on the 19 shots they took. So a bit of an off night in net for the goaltender Jacob Brown and the Timmins Rock, but they did more than enough to not let that matter in the end.
Like you said, it's not a matter of the quantity of the shots, it's a matter of the quality of the shots, and the Powassan Voodoos proved that early. The Timmins Rock proved that late in the game, and unfortunately that was the difference maker, as the Timmins Rock took this one undisputedly 7-4.
All right, well, I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. Mike Brown on the camera work, Ben Long producing, Andrew White on color commentary, and thank Courtney Kenny for doing the social work that you're seeing on all the frontline social media channels, and for joining us between the benches tonight. That was nice to have, even if it was Courtney Kenny doing it. Just kidding, buddy. A 7-4 final for the Timmins Rock over the Powassan Voodoos tonight.
That was so nice.
And I'm Matthew Surkran saying thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Surkran, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.